Grand Theft Auto Vice City was released in 2002 and is set in the 1986 in a fictional city based on Miami, Florida. The game features the voice talent of famous actors such as Ray Liotta, Burt Reynolds, and Dennis Hopper. The game was a huge commercial success. Its open-world design allows players to explore the city and complete missions at their own pace. Vice City was the first in the Grand Theft Auto series to feature fully realized 3D graphics. In the game, players control the character Tommy Vercetti, a mafia hitman who is sent to Vice City to establish a criminal empire. Tommy is a former member of the Vercetti crime family in Liberty City. After being released from prison following a 15-year sentence, he is sent to Vice City to oversee a major drug deal. When that deal is ambushed, resulting in both the drugs and the money being lost, Tommy begins searching for the person behind the attack, working for many leading figures of Vice City's criminal underworld in return for answers. Over time, Tommy begins building his own criminal empire and eventually finds the man responsible for the ambush, killing him and taking over his business. Rockstar producer Leslie Benzies described the storyline in an interview. Also, GTA 3 is a revenge story, whereas Vice City is about building an empire. The assets and businesses you acquire in Vice City really tie into that narrative and make you feel like a kingpin. In more recent games, we've tried to keep that sense of progression, that it's nobody to somebody its story arc. Let's check out the 15 interesting facts in GTA Vice City. 1. Scarface influence. In the GTA Vice City game, there are many references to the 1983 movie Scarface. In the game, the protagonist Tommy Vercetti's mansion is based on Tony Montana's mansion in Scarface movie. In the final storyline mission, Keep Your Friends Close, Tommy's defense his mansion against Vercetti family members has big resemblance to Tony Montana's Say Hello to My Little Friend. There's also a Scarface Easter egg. When you enter the apartment 3C on Ocean Beach, you'll see a chainsaw on the bathroom floor and blood on the walls. Is this scene ringing any bells for Scarface? Scarface fans will probably remember that scene. Rockstar's producer Leslie Benzies speaks of the game's references to Scarface in an interview with technology website Digital Trends. Perhaps more than any of our other games, Vice City wore its inspiration on its sleeve. You cannot play for more than 5 minutes and not think about Scarface or Miami Vice, and from that point on you're playing those roles. And who has never wanted to be Tony Montana on the balcony with his little friend? 2. Miami Vice influence. In GTA Vice City, there are also many references to the 1984 TV series Miami Vice. The game takes his name from Miami Vice. There are so many things in common between the video game Vice City and TV series Miami Vice. First of all, it both takes place in Miami. In the game, which takes us back to 1986, we wander throughout the city's popular districts like Little Havana, Palm Beach and South Beach, seeing the fancy hotels on Ocean's Drive, Art Deco-style architecture, nightclubs, and palm trees along the roads. We can find commonalities in fashion as well. The protagonist of GTA Vice City, Tommy Vercetti, wears light blue or gray striped suits like the two undercover detectives in Miami Vice, James Sonny Crockett and Ricardo Rico Tubbs. It is not just fashion that connects these characters. In GTA Vice City, Tommy's close friend Lance Vance is voiced by Philip Michael Thomas, who is co-star of Miami Vice. The game's soundtrack features over 150 licensed songs from the 1980s, including famous pop, rock, and heavy metal tracks. Miami Vice's soundtrack Crockett's theme is one of them. Producer Leslie Benzies told in an interview that at first they were considering London as the Vice City, but later the executive producer at Rockstar Games Sam Houser insisted on Miami as he was very into Miami Vice. Rockstar North's art director Aaron Garbutt talks about the Miami Vice influence and games research in an interview. Our research time supplied the artists with a huge volume of reference on everything from clothing to technology, and the rest was based on our own photos from the time that we all spent there. The entire team flew out to Miami not long after we had finished work on GTA 3, and tried to soak in as much as we possibly could. It's very different from the kind of meticulously planned research that we do these days. Back then it was just splitting up into small teams and roaming the streets looking for the kind of atmospherics we were after. Whether it was iconic lighting, architecture, or simply just a cool feel. There was a lot of watching Miami Vice to get in the swing of things. And I do remember finding a car in a side alley with bullet holes in it. Definitely nailed the vibe for me. 3. Tarantino influence. The influence of Quentin Tarantino's movies on GTA Vice City can easily be seen. Tommy Vercetti looks like Reservoir Dogs psychopath character Mr. Blonde, which is played by Michael Madsen. What's more, in the rub-out mission of GTA Vice City, Lance is opening the trunk of a car and showing the rifles to Tommy before they raid Ricardo Diaz's mansion. This trunk shot is one of Tarantino movie cliches we see in Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill, Jackie Brown, and Inglourious Bastard. 4. Tommy's voice. In the previous game of Grand Theft Auto series, Grand Theft Auto 3, the protagonist Claude never talks. However, the main character of Vice City, Tommy Vercetti, was voiced by actor Ray Liotta, who starred in the award-winning movies Goodfellas and Copeland. There are 2 missions in the game, named No Escape and Copland, which are direct references to Liotta's movies with same title. 5. Tommy's lawyer Ken Rosenberg. Tommy Vercetti's attorney Ken Rosenberg is based on a fictional character David Kleinfeld, played by Sean Penn in 1993 crime film Carlito's Way. Both characters are lawyers and have drug addiction problem, and their appearances and talking patterns are almost identical. 6. Ricardo Diaz. Drug baron Ricardo Diaz is based on Miami-based Cuban drug lord Frank Lopez in the movie Scarface. Both in the movie and game, Cuban drug lord was killed and his mansion taken over by the protagonists. In Scarface, Tony Montana orders his man Manny to kill Frank Lopez. In the game, Tommy and his close friend Lance raids Ricardo Diaz's mansion and executes him. 7. The voice of Candy Sucks. The porn star Candy Sucks in GTA Vice City was voiced by famous porn star Jenna Jameson. 8. The development of game. Executive producer Sam Houser once said the game's development really kicked off at the beginning of 2002 and lasted about 9 months. 9. Mission Autoside. In the Autoside mission of the game, Tommy is given a task to kill undercover members of a European gang, taken from the leading characters of GTA's rival games. Rival gang member Dick Tanner refers to Tanner from Driver. Marcus Hammond, Franco Carter, and Charlie Dilson refer to characters from The Getaway, and Nick Kong refers to main character from True Crime Streets of LA. 10. No F-word for Tommy. Although the GTA Vice City is full of curses and slangs, the protagonist Tommy Vercetti never uses F-word. 11. Where is AK-47? The AK-47 was supposed to be in the game, but later it was removed from the inventory. 12. 80s songs. In GTA Vice City, you can hear many popular songs from the 80s on the car radio. Hits like Sunglasses at Night by Corey Hart, Africa by Toto, I Just Died in Your Arms by Cutting Crew, Self-Control by Laura Branigan take you back to disco days of 1980s. 13. Malibu Club. Malibu Club in Vice City is based on Little Havana and Babylon clubs in Scarface movie. 14. Moon Shooter. Shooting the moon with a sniper rifle makes the moon bigger. 15. You Got Big Cojones. The Cuban street gang leader Humberto Rabina in Vice City was voiced by actor Danny Trejo. In the 1.04 and 2.01 versions of the game, Humberto Rabina's Trojan Voodoo Mission's intro cutscene has dialogue mentioning the word Haitians. In the 3.0 version, Haitian part was removed. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video.